welcome back to the channel. The news, nothing. I'm Jim, and let's get to it. So today we're diving on into another fantastic book tag challenge thing. We're diving on into the 10-year challenge. Book tag. Anyway, let's go. So this book tag entails me telling you what my tastes were 10 years ago versus today. There's a whole bunch of questions. Question number 1 in this tag is, what was your favorite book from 2016? Because that was 10 years ago. So it was either The Hunger Games or the Elemental series. So yeah, everybody knows what Hunger Games is. Katniss Everdeen, you know, volunteers for her sister, which I think, what a very cool premise of a book. Like, says to the sister, like, yo, your name's only in there once, what are the chances of that happening? And her name gets pulled out and Katniss volunteers, and like, it kind of makes a lot of sense for Katniss to volunteer. She has like some pretty sick skills that her dad taught her, like how to shoot, how to swim, you know. Not a lot of other people in District 12 have those skills. So that was a favorite of mine, especially the second one, Catching Fire. I don't know what it is, but I love a sequel. I froth a sequel. And then the Elemental series, because who doesn't love a bunch of brothers with superpowers? Which is really cool. Basically, each book took on a very similar premise, which was boy meets partner. Partner finds out about powers. Love. Drama. And that was it. But it was very good nonetheless. I still like them. I'll still keep them. Also, it was very shocking surprise Pikachu moment because one of the boys ended up being gay. And it was amazing. Loved to see it. Then it wasn't the same in that book. It was like very like much different. But I loved it anyway. Like, it was one of my first sort of books where it's like, oh my god, a queer character. I don't know how I feel about this. I wasn't out of the closet yet. It was very dramatic. Like, woo, hoo, hoo, hoo. Question number 2 in this tag is, what is your favorite book of 2026? And we're not finished the year yet, but I have a few favorites. Actually, that's a lie. I have 2 favorites. His and Hers, which, oh, I froth that book. It was so good. There were so many twists and turns in it. There was some stuff that I saw coming. I kind of guessed who the murderer was very early on. But I thought it was a very cool idea to make that person the murderer. But yeah, fantastic crime book. Definitely pick it up. If you've watched the TV show, I feel sorry for you because the book is far superior. I don't know what Netflix was thinking. Like, they had some really good actors in there, but they kind of just ruined it. And they gave the wrong arcs to the wrong people. But I would highly recommend picking it up because it is so good. I've never enjoyed a crime book so much in my life. And along with His and Hers, I really enjoyed Dungeon Crawler Carl. Like, I am deep. I've just started the 4th book. I am enjoying that immensely. Like, it's dark, it's witty. It's everything you want in a book. I also just like really love the relationship that Carl and Princess Donut have. Like, oh my god, it's like, it's everything I want in a book. Like, it's so much. It's like Dungeons and Dragons vibes. It's like, it's got a little bit of Hunger Game vibes to it, like, you know, survival of the fittest, you know, and as well as that, it's like a relationship between a human and a cat, and it's so cute. Like, it's lovely. And I feel like if my cat could talk, I would think we would have very similar conversations that Carl and Donut have in, like, the dungeon. Like, I feel like if I were to bring Astrid into the dungeon and if that were to happen, it would be very similar to some extent. I feel like some things would be different, but like mostly the same. But yes, it's very good. Those are my 2 top reads of the year so far. And I don't know if it can get better than this. Question number 3 in this tag is, what was your least favorite book of 2016? And that was Crooked Kingdom. I love to hate it. Mainly because I was just like, it is a lot less better than Six of Crows. Like, I feel like Six of Crows, you're like, yep, makes sense. This happens because that happens. No. Heist. Get back hecticness from the heist. But I feel like Crooked Kingdom is like trying to be better than Six of Crows, which it just can't be. Like, which is a shame. It's like one of those sequels that I'm like, maybe I don't froth a sequel. And also they kill off a character where I'm just like, this makes no sense for their arc. Like, I feel like we weren't really done with them yet. There was still more to do and explore. I feel like it's not everything I want it to be. There's like some really cool moments in that book. Like with Nina doing something I don't want to say because it's a spoiler. But like her powers changing, that's kind of a spoiler. But her powers changing is pretty cool, and like seeing what she can now do is very cool too. But damn, like it's like, it's not like I hate it. Like, I do still like the book, but it's definitely my least favorite of 2016. Question number 4 in this tag is, what is your least favorite read of 2026? And it's Kill Your Boss. I feel like I just wanted the killer to be a little bit more motivated than what they were. Like, when we were like sort of trying to piece together everything and work out who it was, I kept on being like, oh, it's this person, because trying to work out which co-worker did it. And like, there's some people that have like such a good reason why. And like, this guy, the main person, I don't want to tell you who it is. Their reasons just don't feel good enough to be like killing someone. I mean, like, no reason is good enough, but like, based on what had happened to other characters throughout the book, I was just like, really? This guy? I mean, person? Out of everyone in the whole story, this person, definitely. Okay. No. Question number 5 is, what book published in 2016 do you still want to read to this day? And I want to read A Gentleman of Moscow. Oh, in Moscow. It's been on my list for a while now, and I think it's more of a laid-back kind of story, a bit of a perspective and an emotional trip story, which I do like those ones. I do like to sort of step away from fantasy sometimes, because it does sometimes fall too much on tropey things, so it is nice to sort of step back and read a book that's a bit more like, then woo, if that makes sense. I feel like that is, sounds might not be the best way to describe it. Sometimes it's nice to read books that are like apparently about nothing, but there's like a deeper level to it, than reading stuff that is like really full on. Like, right now I am in the trenches. Sarah J. Maas, what are you doing? Is it J? It is J. I thought I was getting her initial wrong. But I am on Kingdom of Ash at the moment, and I binged one after the other, and it's a lot. It's a lot, I can tell you. So it would be nice to sort of step out of that space and into something that's apparently about nothing, and just to have some chill time before I dive on deep into more of her stuff, because I am determined to read all her books before October, when number 6 comes out, so I know everything, you know? That wasn't really, I was answering the question, but not really. Question number 6 is, what book published in 2026 do you want to read before 2027? And this follows through nicely from the last question, is I want to read the 2 new ACOTAR books coming out, because I am so keen for them. Like, so keen. We got a really good sort of book with Nesta. It'll be nice to see other people's perspectives, because I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. And like I said, I really want to read the other books before moving into that space. I don't know why, but someone was just like, it's definitely doable before October, and I was like, I think I can do it. I've almost finished one series, then I've read the others, and well, I've read ACOTAR, but I'll still reread it. But I need to move on to Crescent City, which is, I read the first one, I just need to read the other 2, but that one is mind-boggling in not a good way. My brain is just like, oof, do we have to? And I'm like, you have them. Look at me. You have to keep drinking, just like you said. Question of 7 is, what is a genre that you used to read a lot of that now you don't read a lot of anymore? And I feel like I'm pivoting away from the young adult genre, mainly because, like, I can't relate to the characters anymore. Like, I'll still read it, I'll still pick it up, but I would say that I'm not really reading young adult books anymore. Like, ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, they kind of feel in the young adult genre, but I would say that they're more of a fantasy book. Like, they're in the fantasy section of my bookstores and stuff like that. They're not placed in any other section because, like, why would they be? But I feel like I'm moving away from that, and I'm moving towards more adult books, like books in that section. Like, I do tend to walk with haste, walk with purpose to that section of the store where the young adult stuff is, but I feel like it's not resonating with me as much. It doesn't sort of make sense. There's a lot of books that I'm like, that shouldn't even be a fucking book, because why hasn't a conversation taken place? Next year I'll be going up into a new age bracket, which is scary, but I think that is like reminiscent of my reading style now, that I'm sort of moving away from stuff that feels too kiddish. Even like now I read Percy Jackson, and like it's almost like it doesn't hit as hard as it used to, which is also like a new sort of thing to sort of process and deal with as well, because I'm like, no, that's my beloved book, please, I don't want to be ancient, I still want to read that and have fun. Like, and it's just a different like experience now, getting into that sort of age where you're like, oof, I don't think that's for me anymore. Question number 8 in this tag is, what is a new genre you've discovered since 2016? And I fucking despise to say it, because we have said multiple times we would never try it, we'd never do it, stinky, stinky, stinky. We'd never pivot into horror at all. And now I am morbidly intrigued by it. Like, I've read 2 Stephen King books. One, I never thought I would ever read, like, at all. Like, I read The Long Walk and The Running Man, which both I really enjoyed, and I know technically they're not really his. He published under a different name, but I found those very interesting. And there's 2 more books I want to read of his, which is like Under the Dome, and there's one that's sort of set during when President Kennedy was. I can't remember what it is. It's numbers, and I'm never going to remember those. But I'm definitely more open to that genre now for some weird reason. Like, I'm more inclined to pick up books that like are kind of a bit thriller-y. Like, I read The Picture of Dorian Gray, which was kind of like interesting and freaky, and then I read An Interview with the Vampire, and that was really weird, but I kind of am like intrigued to read the rest of them. I'm like, oh, it's scary, but I must keep reading. What happens? It's a bit of a, like, almost like a stalling of a car sort of moment, where it's just like, oh, I don't know if I should like this. I was told like I never should read anything like this ever. And it's because like I feel like your experience is kind of reflected by maybe what your parents read and what they're interested in, and it's sort of passed down to you. My parents were definitely into like, well, my dad's into historical stuff, which I'm not into at all, but my mum was very like somewhere in the middle, which was like Outlander, which was like kind of like fantastical and sort of historical as well. So mine sort of fell more on the fantasy side than the historic side. So, and they just weren't into anything scary. Like, they never watched scary movies, they never did anything like that. We never read scary books, and if it got scary or we watched a movie that was scary, we'd be like, turn it off quickly, before we sort of saw what the end is. And I think that's why I've got like a bit of a morbid like interest in that, being like, oh, but now I feel like I can read these things, even though I shouldn't. It feels taboo. Question number 9 in this tag is, what is a new reading goal or habit you want to create for yourself in this upcoming decade? And I think it is being okay with getting rid of books, because I'm a hoarder. I have too many. Like, this is already too many. I need to get rid of some. I need to get rid of some that I know that I'm never going to read, or never gonna reread. Like, and like I've been saying, like, I gotta be okay with getting rid of some of those terrible young adult ones. And I only think they're terrible because, like, I don't think they're for my age anymore. Like, I don't think I'm at an age where I can relate to those characters anymore. So they gotta go. I gotta get rid of some books. Mainly so I can buy more that are definitely more my vibe now, you know? Anyway guys, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, subscribe because it's always nice. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye!